Hi, everyone, and welcome to this webinar. Thanks a lot for tuning in on this fine evening and afternoon, actually. It's a beautiful rainy day outside. My name is Esther, and I am a partnership consultant. Basically, my role is to walk you through. You could be an IT company or a company with IT capabilities, and I basically help you evaluate or assess our partnership model. So you will learn what are the conditions, what are the advantages, how does it actually work, and I will help you to determine actually what kind of partnership is the best fit for you today, like what in terms of what you have as resources, in terms of your business plans and how you try to enter the market. All of these things actually are things that we assess together. So if you need any kind of advice and you're looking to start as a new partner, you can contact me directly and we can have a talk about that. All right? So today we're going to talk about Odoo. We're going to understand what Odoo offers, what's our value proposition, and then we're going to have a look on the market today, how it works, what are some of the key insights that we can take from the market today, and what does that tell us about the business. And after that, we're going to dive into the partnership program itself. So we're going to look how it works, what is the model, and how does Odoo support the partners to be successful. And then we're going to take a clear example, like a real life example of a partner, what was their journey and how they became a successful partner. All right, and make sure to stick towards the end because we're going to have a Q&A session and I'll make sure to answer to all of them. Perfect, so we can jump right in. For some of you who may not know already, what is Odoo? How do we understand, how do we comprehend it? Odoo is basically a management solution. It's an all-in-one, so it encompasses many different solutions that covers different business functions in a company, right? And in terms of characteristics, what are some of the things, some of the words that can help us define what Odoo is? We have obviously the first thing to say would be that Odoo is very easy on the eye in terms of the design. I don't know if you've heard of this quotation basically, where we say that roses are red, violets are blue, and Odoo is cute. I don't know if you've heard of this, but it's a general saying, right? And on top of that, Odoo is very user-friendly. It's very intuitive, which means that for a person that may not have any kind of special training into Odoo, they kind of find their way into the system. They figure out how to do simple things into the system, right? And overall, Odoo is just an awesome solution. Not trying to brag here, again. Okay, and as I just said, Odoo is an all-in-one solution, which means that we cover a very large scope. Basically, every business function in a typical company has an application that covers it. So we are in sales and marketing, we cover HR, we cover finance, accounting and finance, and operations. Basically, every basic need that you can find or you can think of in a typical business will have an application inside Odoo. And obviously, there's much more than that because we do have standard applications that are edited by Odoo, right? And there are also custom solutions and custom applications. So the scope is much larger than we actually can see it. All right, so in terms of Odoo offices, where are we present? So these are actually places in the world where we have our office. We're obviously headquartered in Odoo, in Belgium. And actually, we're streaming today from the Belgian office in Louvain-la-Neuve. And we have a presence in North America, Central America, and upcoming offices in South America. And in terms of the latest offices that have been opened, We have Valencia, Spain, Nairobi, Kenya, and Gold Coast, Australia. And more offices are going to be open in the coming months. Obviously, you're going to be aware of that. We're going to communicate that with you guys. All right. So some of the key figures, just to have an understanding of where Odoo is standing today. We have 14 offices, as we just saw. So this is our current presence in terms of Odoo offices. And in terms of numbers of employees, today we're at 2,300 employees globally. In 2020, we were about 1,000, which shows a lot of growth in a very short period of time. And speaking about the growth in terms of revenues, we have like a 60% yearly growth in terms of revenue, which is pretty impressive. Not trying to brag, but the typical company, even when they have a very impressive, annual growth, it's anywhere between 15% and 40%. And Odoo has just surpassed that. All right. And we have 7 million happy users around the world with 175 countries where we have partners, clients, and overall just the community. Okay. And in terms of applications, we estimate that around 26,000 applications that you can today implement for a client. Okay. So what is our value proposition? How do we actually compare? How do we position ourselves into this market, compared to our competitors, and what actually do we provide to the client? As you may know already, most companies today will need anywhere around like 14 different solutions, 14 different applications, just for them to be able to serve their end users, their end clients, right? Which means that it's a lot of applications that they need just to create value, which is like which is the hope of any business, right? They just want to serve their final clients, and they're looking to create value. But in order to get there, you will need a lot of applications, which makes the work very difficult in terms of, the productivity, the efficiency. You're losing a lot of time because you have applications that are not even communicating with each other, right? And you will need to export, import data, which can call for mistakes and waste of time. And in terms of technical debt as well, multiplying the number of solutions that you're using for a particular client really will increase that cost that we call the technical debt, right? And it's also very hard to maintain. It just calls for a lot of problems. That is why Odoo comes in and says, you know what? We've thought about everything, all the problems that you're facing on a daily basis. And we figured that if you had one single solution just to cover everything that you may need in your company, how about that? It makes everything easier. Everything is integrated. You don't need to export, import data because everything is pretty much in the same system, right? And in terms of efficiency, you're gaining a lot of time, you're saving a lot of time, and it's also very easy to maintain because, again, all-in-one solution. So it solves all the problems that businesses may face when they're looking to just serve their clients and to create value for their final users. All right, so we're gonna dive into a little bit of market insight, just to have an overall understanding of what's happening today. So I prepared, some data, some graphs that we can look at together that can give you some pretty good and very interesting insight into what is happening today. All right, so first of all, we're starting lightly with just seeing what are our most popular applications, and invoicing sales are still, to this day, they're still like the most popular, the most installed and bought applications, because obviously every business out there will need to sell, right? So you need to create your quotations, but also invoice your client and sell to your clients. So that's the basic for all kind of businesses. So, but we've seen a very good increase of our manufacturing application, which was not on the top 10, but is rapidly growing and becoming more and more popular. All right. And we have here a graph that is really comparing our client contracts. So those are actually users, applications that are bought by a final client, and they're sold either by Odoo directly through our direct approach, or they're going to be sold through the partner, which is our indirect approach. And here we're looking at the typical, let's say, number of users in each contract. And we can see that most of the time it's anywhere from 1 to 9 users, which shows us that small and medium-sized companies are increasingly getting interested, in adopting solutions, in adopting business solutions to manage their daily. Because in the past, it was having an ERP solution or having a management solution was something that was more for, bigger companies, more established ones. And for smaller businesses, it was more a matter of, being cute. If you want to be, you want to be cool, you use a solution. But now it's becoming a matter of survival. Every company out there will need, be it a small company or a very established company, every company will need to have a management solution. And this is what this graph is telling us. And we can discuss also when we have a one-on-one meeting, what kind of companies actually you're targeting. We're obviously targeting all kinds of companies, but we're seeing that more and more smaller size companies are purchasing and are adopting management solutions. All right. And here we have a look into our client contracts again, and the difference between what Odoo sells and what partner sells in terms of the duration of the contract. We have, if you don't know already, we have different types of contracts that we offer clients. We have monthly contracts, annual contracts, which is our most popular. The yearly contract is 61% sold by partners and 50% sold by Odoo. But we do have multi-year contracts as well that not a lot of people, companies, clients, and partners know about. They can be very interesting for the final client because they're cheaper in terms of cost when you evaluate how much the client is putting into the adoption or their implementation project. The cost of the license is obviously something that is really important. So if you're looking to drive that cost down, you can also consider the multi-year contracts for that matter. Okay. All right. So here we have two very interesting graphs. On the one hand, you have the number of clients that we've signed over the years. You can see in 2021 that we sold a little over 400,000 contracts. And right now in 2022, the year is not over yet. And we've already surpassed that amount by far, and we're more than 60,000 contracts sold, which is pretty impressive and really just reaffirms what we said earlier, that more and more companies are looking to adopt business solutions, and obviously with that will come, the question of who is supporting those clients, who is supporting those companies, to implement the solution, to integrate it, to customize it, who is helping them basically. And that's where the partner comes in. And you can see that we've signed in 2021 a little over 3,000 partners. But we still need more because we have a lot of contracts that we're selling and we have more and more clients that need this, and the trend is going to continue for the future. So that means that we need to expand our partner network even more, which is why we're here today. All right. All right, so now we're going to dive into the partnership program itself. We're going to look at how it actually works, what are the conditions, the advantages, what do you actually get from it, and how we're going to support you into becoming a successful partner. All right, and let's first of all understand what is a partner. You may know already, but what actually is your role? What are your responsibility? What do we expect, and how do you fit into the Odoo ecosystem? In order to really understand that, to understand what is the partner's input, I think it's also very important that the partner understands what is the Odoo ecosystem, who are the players in this ecosystem. Obviously, at the center, we have the client, which, who is still our main, our focus, actually, let's say that way. And we're all aiming for the customer and the client satisfaction. We're making sure that everything goes smoothly. At the basis of that, you have obviously Odoo that will edit the solution. So we provide the solution and we'll support both the partner and the client. And on top of that, we have we edit the Odoo source, basic source code, and we also will handle the bug fixing, and we will handle the maintenance for everything that is standard, obviously, right? And on the other hand, you will have the partner. The partner, what is their role actually? How do they fit in all of this? The partner offers the service to the client because obviously Odoo has already provided the product. Now we need a partner for the service part, for the implementation, configuration of the system, and other kinds of services that we're going to look at in a minute. And you can also customize a solution for the client. And then finally, we have the community, which will give us feedback on the product that really help us to improve our product every single day, to improve the user experience and the design of it, every single part of our product. All right. So what are services that you can offer? Obviously, these are just indications and just an idea, an initial idea of what kind of services you can offer. At the very core, you still have the implementation of the solution for your client, but obviously there are other services that you can offer on top of it. You can offer training services, you can offer hosting services, configuration, deployment, etc. And you can really also be very creative in terms of like what services you want to offer your clients in order to make them and the adoption and the implementation project as smooth as possible for your client. I mean, you know the market and you know the client the best because you're closer to them, so you know how to best serve them. Odoo will support you along the way, obviously, and that's why we have the service and the support services to the partners. But you're still like the main man, let's say, in terms of services to the client. Okay, and what do you get in terms of benefits? There are many benefits that will come with becoming a partner. You may wonder already, as you sign as a partner, as you're recognized and registered as a partner with us, you will get access to a bunch of resources. All right, you will get access to our source code if you need to work on customization. You get training resources. You can get access to documentation that could be functional, technical, so everything that will help you on the service part. Another group of, let's say, benefits that you get will be about, how to generate business opportunities for yourself. So how do you generate leads? How do you get new clients? So we will, for instance, make you visible on our website so that new potential clients can get in touch with you, right? If they need any kinds of services, we will send you leads depending on how many leads are generated from the outset, depending on the network of partners in your region. So it depends on a kind of a number of criteria, but you will be getting leads depending on those. And finally, you will get what we call commissions. Basically, it's a revenue share on the license part, because here, in terms of how we invoice the final client, they will be getting one invoice for the product itself sent by Odoo. And on that part, Odoo is paying you back a commission that varies from anywhere to 10% to 20%, depending on the type of partner that you are. And then they will also get the invoice for the service that will be sent by the partner because it's offered by the partner, which makes sense. All right. Perfect. And in terms of different kinds of partnerships that we offer, we have two main types. We have learning partnership and the official partnership. The big difference between these two, let's first understand that being a learning partner or an official partner does not make a difference in terms of your role as a partner, in terms of what you provide to your client. The difference will really come from the privileges that Odoo offers you as a partner. So if you want to unlock all of the advantages, all of the profits and privileges that I just mentioned, you will need to be registered as an official partner. If you're not sure of what kind of partnership will be the best fit for your business model today, we can have a talk on a one-on-one. We can have a discussion and try to understand your business model, how you operate, and then we can advise you on what kind of partnership will be a best fit. Perfect. And how do we support partners? What are the services that we offer you in order to be successful? So we have different kinds of services that we offer, and the first one that I want to cover here is what we call the Project Leader Onboarding, PLO in short. It's basically a training. It's sold in a pack where you have functional subjects, you have technical subjects, and also project management. It's a very holistic training that will cover everything that you will need to be a successful partner. So here it's basically the same kind of training that we offer our business analysts / consultants. We use those two words interchangeably internally here. So we're really aiming to have the same quality of service offered by Odoo and also offered by the partners. So we're also providing, the same kind of training. For this, it's going to be 7 weeks long, and in terms of setting, just to have an understanding of how it's structured, it's very hybrid. You will have like video sessions to watch on your side. You have documentation to read, and also live sessions with your coach, because you're going to have like a dedicated coach into a private course that will teach you everything you need to be a successful partner. All right. And another kind of training that we offer, very important, is the technical training. This is specifically for developers. If you want to be and you want to enhance your knowledge, or just to improve your knowledge in general in Odoo development specifically, and this is exactly what you're looking for. It's a course that will that lasts 10 days. Again, sets of videos to watch, and then you have a Q&A session with an expert at the end. It's also a very private course. So if you are looking to train your teams, be it on a functional level, technical level, or just a project general management, we can have something for exactly that. All right. Perfect. And another service, this is probably one of my favorite because we call it a success pack basically, but it's a help. It's a service that is designed to help the partner to implement the solution for the client. All right. So here you can have any kind of requests for the partnership. There will be a business analyst, an expert basically from outside that will be assigned to your project that will help you in the implementation. It could be at any stage of the implementation, the very early stage where you need to evaluate the solution, you're writing requirements, you're figuring out what are the client's, processes, how do they even work, or it could be more advanced where you're actually doing the implementation itself, how does the data import work, or you need personalization help, or you need training. It could be anything actually about the implementation. So it's a very complete one, and we have different packs that we offer. So depending on your need, you can have a specific pack that will be advised for you, and then there will be an expert that will help you in that process. All right. On top of that, we have what we call Developers on Demand. So as the word says, it's help on the development side. So here you may have a client project that will require some custom development. Obviously, we're going to always recommend to stick to standard as much as possible. So if you can, always stick to standard. If there are customization to be made, you have Studio to help you with that. So Studio is an application that will help you to customize other applications without having to do custom development by touching the code, right? So it makes everything easier. But if it's really, really necessary, and after all the efforts that you've done, you feel like custom development is the way, then we can help you in that as well. Okay, so based on the requirement specifications, there will be an estimate of how long that project will take, and then there will be a developer that will help you hands-on on the development task. All right, perfect. So right now I'm gonna walk you through an actual partner's journey. It's a real story. But obviously, because of this situation and the setting, we've replaced their name. Okay, so Tom was basically an IT expert, right? He was actually thinking of, expanding his business or just adding more offerings into his portfolio, because he was already doing and offering all sorts of IT consulting services. But he saw that he was getting increasingly, a lot of demand in terms of a solution, an IT solution to help them with their daily. So he figured Odoo would be a good solution, right? He sees that on the internet, and he heard a lot of things about Odoo, but he knew nothing about it. He had never worked on it before. He had never implemented it before. So their experience level was very low in Odoo, right? So so Tom got in touch with me, the partnership consultant, to talk about, his needs, his actual business model, how he operated, what kind of clients he was working with, and what was his plans, his business plans. Where did he see himself, in the future? What did he intend to do? This kind of things, just to learn to know each other. And I basically helped him to assess our partnership model, to see exactly what kind of partnership would work for him, and what kind of support he needed from us in order to be successful. He took our advice, thank God, and he took the learning partnership for his level. He was working alone, and so we onboarded him. We gave him access to the material that he needed, the resources for the training. We gave him also access to the PLO, which is the partnership, the project leader onboarding that we just talked about. He finished that, so he was really ready to just jump in and work on an actual project. He couldn't wait. So on top of that, he had new clients projects that were waiting and they were lining up. With all the knowledge that he just gained, he felt ready to tackle that project on his own. But afterwards, he figured, I may need some help. Sometimes when I'm implementing, I may encounter something that we didn't discuss during the training. So he got a success pack where he had a consultant to help him on the project. So the help there was really showing him how to properly implement what he was asking, and not doing it for him, just to make him as independent as possible. And today, Tom is really a successful partner. He's independent. He does not need success packs anymore. He's implemented a lot of projects, and with new clients coming, he needed help. He needed to hire more people, and he's actually himself training the new people that he's hiring. And for the technical part, Odoo is still handling, the training for the developers that he added in his team. All right, so that's one of the success stories that we have, but we have a bunch of them, and you can also be one of our success stories. All right, so you register for the partnership, you're convinced, you love Odoo, and you feel like being an official partner is the way for you, what happens next? First of all, congratulations, you're an Odoo partner. You can brag about it, put it on your website, mention that you're an Odoo partner, and then flex about it around. All right. So we give you, after that, we give you access to the material and the resources that you will be needing, your partner knowledge, which is basically a methodology book that you'll be needing. All right, you get access to your partner dashboard. This will allow you to have a holistic view of everything that is happening, the leads that you're generating, what is the status of your training, what you're doing on a certification, basically just to have an overall idea of everything that is happening. During the onboarding, actually, somebody walks you through how to access information easily. All right, and then you're gonna have a welcome call with your account manager. Basically, your account manager is your advisor. He's going to be your person of contact at all time. She or he will be the person that will, help you with resources. It could be marketing, commercial, even with your strategy. If you have questions, that's going to be the go-to person. All right. And you're going to go through like a SWOT analysis of your business to understand where exactly are your strengths, where exactly are your weaknesses, how you can use that, how you can actually improve your weaknesses, and what are the opportunities that are out there and how you can take advantage of them, and what are kind of like the threats that are coming your way and how you can, mitigate those threats. All right, and then you can go after that session with your account manager, aka your advisor. You can go through what we call the learning. That could be the e-learning, the PLO, and any technical training that you may have taken. And then basically you have the status, you have access to everything. You can go ahead and start, going through and doing an actual implementation for your client. So it's really important. I need to stress this out and really highlight the fact that you need to be and to have a close relationship with your account manager. They're the person that will help you to be a successful partner. They'll give you the advice that you need, the guidance that you need. They'll give you access to the internal resources that you would need. Because obviously you can try to figure things out on your own. That's fine. I mean, you can try to do that. Or you can make things easier for you and have somebody that is there to help you, walk you through and take your hand and make you, to give you access more easily to information that you actually need, right? All right, so make sure you stick to the end. I hope you entered the questions that you might have. It could be anything that popped up in your mind while I was presenting, or anything that you just ever wondered. Please don't be shy and just enter your questions in the live chat. I'm gonna see you in a second. Perfect. Welcome to this live chat. It's me again. All right. So what are the questions here? So Christelle, hi. Which are the costs related to rolling in as a partner? That's a good question. We have different kind of costs, and depending on where you are located, there will be a cost attached to it. So do not hesitate to send me an email directly. We can have a quick call just to have an understanding of, first of all, where you are and what kind of partnership will work for you, and then we can communicate the cost as well. All right. All right. So Vision Ads Agency, could you please share the presentation with us? Yeah, I'm gonna ask if that can be possible, but we'll let you know. We'll keep you posted if that can be possible, actually. Munga Maseru, hi. I'm in Nairobi, Kenya. What is the cost for joining as a learning partner? Okay, so this is a recurrent question. So in fact, yes, there is a cost that is related to being registered as a partner, learning partnership, or official partnership. But depending on your location, there will be a cost attached to it. So please send me an email. We can have a quick call, and then I'm going to walk you through the cost. Sure. Perfect. Thanks a lot, Christelle. Okay, so Munga again. Oh, there was a first question. Is it a bad idea if you send us these presentation materials? I'm not sure if it's a problem or not. I'm just going to ask to make sure that we can do that. But obviously, if we can, we're going to very gladly send it to you. Munga Maseru, do I access the Odoo for my own business company? Yeah, that's a good question. So actually, yes. You do have access to Odoo if you want to manage your daily, because obviously you're a company yourself, right? So you have activities and operations to manage on a daily. So you'll be getting a credit to have an internal subscription. And you also have access to Odoo, the platform, in order to test and to create simulations for your client. That access is entirely free. Your internal subscription for your own usage can also be free depending on how many apps you need, how many users you are internally. So we can look at that. I mean, we can do a simulation. So do not hesitate to send me an email and I can walk you through. We can do actually a quick simulation to see how much it's going to cost you exactly. All right, there are a lot of questions, which is perfect. Please don't be shy and continue to send more. Okay, so optimized system consulting. My question: I'm interested in joining as a learning partner. I have a client who would like a demo of Odoo ASAP. As a learning partner, will I still be able to get a demo database to use for a demo? Yeah. The short answer is absolutely yes. You have access to our trial databases. So you can just go on odoo.com and you click on the try it free button, and then you can create a test database. You can test them up to 15 days. But if you are a registered partner, you have different kinds of accesses to a different kind of platform that will allow you to have test periods of longer than 15 days. All right. So yeah, it's definitely possible. Is there a license for learning partners? Yes, both learning partners and official partners do pay a license fee in order to become partners. But that again will depend on where you're located. So in terms of like the price, it really is dependent on that. So we can discuss that on a case by case. Okay, one more question. How does the marketing part work? All right, this is an interesting one. In terms of marketing, since you're a local partner, you know your market really well compared to us that are here in Belgium. So we expect from the potential partner, to really have a strategy on how to acquire their future clients. So you need to have like a marketing strategy, and you have an idea of where you're going to source your future clients. We can also support you in that if you need some ideas, because as I said, account managers are there to also help you in that. They can support you. They are working with other partners, so they can give you pointers into what are the strategies that actually work, what are the ones that don't really work. And so you really have like support in terms of that. Okay, so we give you access to resources as well if you need to, like you're trying to reach a certain kind of audience and you need specific presentation slides, for instance. You will get all of these accesses if needed. All right. Okay. Is there a specific set of, so Crystal again, is there a specific set of rules that needs to be followed? There are no specific rules except really being super close to your account manager, because if you keep that contact with them, there's no way you can go wrong actually. If you keep calling them and you do meetings with them, if something is moving on your side, or you have new clients, you're wondering, you have questions about, maybe the project itself, or even your strategy, or even, if you're looking to expand, if you're looking to, it could be anything really. Just be very close to your account manager, and I think everything is going to be fine. All right, Dion, if one is not able to pay the partnership costs, is there a payment methodology like partial payments? So we do not have installments. All partnership costs are paid in once, so in one like transaction basically. So no installments possible. Okay, hi from Ecuador. Hello. So Munga, thank you. Okay, so with the new office in Nairobi, do I get a dedicated account manager locally here as a learning partner? Oh, that's an interesting one. So currently, all new partners, even in Nairobi, will have their account managers here in Belgium. Because initially, before we opened the Nairobi office, all the partners in Africa basically were managed and still are managed from here. That may evolve in the future, but for the moment being, your account manager is going to be here in Belgium. Okay, so is there any expectation from Michelle? Is there any expectation from Odoo when we successfully do the partner onboarding? What if I afterwards decide to not support clients because I don't feel good? I'm not sure I understand everything, but in terms of like the expectation, basically if you're a partner and then you did the onboarding, that means that you have an idea, you have a clear idea of like what kind of clients you're working on. So basically there's an expectation, even from yourself, there should be an expectation to sign clients and to do implementation projects in order to be profitable, because at the end of the day, it's really a matter of being profitable, right? I'm not sure about the not feeling good part, but we can always discuss that. I mean, you can send me an email and then I can give you my phone number or give you a phone call so we can, have a discussion about that, because I'm not sure I understand the question quite right. Okay, thoughts from John. Thoughts on allowing partners to utilize hours from clients. Existing success packs. Okay, we've had a few clients purchase Odoo and a success pack, but elect to work with a partner instead of Odoo due to the Odoo maintenance costs for code. There are many subjects that are mentioned here. So yes, a client can purchase a success pack, and a partner will be using that success pack for that specific, client. So that is possible. A maintenance code or a maintenance contract is a separate thing. We will expect partners to also work on the maintenance if they do custom development on a client project, but there are ways you can also get support in that if needed. So it's always like a matter of discussing, because Odoo is very flexible. We have set rules. We can also discuss on a case by case basis depending on your current situation and the kind of project that you're working on. All right. So if my answer was not super clear and you'd like to continue to discuss your question, just send me an email again or give me a call and we can discuss it. Okay, from Robert, can you develop a module for plugin to Odoo? Yeah, that's completely possible. So we give you access to the code, so you can do any kind of custom development. You can integrate Odoo to third-party applications. So yeah, that's the short answer is absolutely yes. We're flexible. Okay, from Munga, if I complete the e-learning functional documentation on Odoo, how does accelerate my journey when I do become a learning partner? Okay, so basically that's the very first step in terms of functionally knowing Odoo as a product. In order to be a successful partner, not just a learning partner, just a regular partner, be it learning or official, you need to know the product, because how do you even advise the client, how do you support the client if you do not know the product on a functional level? So basically that will give you the tools to better know your applications, what are the functionalities, so you can better advise your client. You can just assess their processes, their internal processes, and you're like, yeah, for you, I think Odoo is going to be the perfect fit. Because from what I know, Odoo can do this and that's the kind of information that you know because you've done the training. All right? Yeah, thanks, Anyin. From Ban, is a partner fee once off. So the partner fee is an annual cost. So every year you will need to renew your license as a partner, basically. All right. And also in terms of that, the commissions as well will be recurrent. So for as long as you're registered as a partner with us, so every time you renew your partnership, you keep getting the commissions for the clients that you signed like ages ago. So, all right. So we're gonna wait a few seconds to see if you have any more questions. All right, I think we've covered pretty much everything. I hope I didn't forget any questions here. But again, if you have any doubt or you thinking about anything, just send me an email and we can have a discussion. All right, thanks a lot. And before parting, I have a quick information that I want to share with you about Odoo Experience. So I'm really excited to talk about this. We've been waiting for it for years, literally years, because it's going to be the first time after the pandemic that we're again doing the Odoo Experience in person. So if you're not too far, or even if you're really far, you can come here in Odoo Experience. It's going to be on October 12th all the way to the 14th. It's going to be 3 days of talks, exhibitions. You're going to have workshops, courses. It's going to be very exciting to just meet the people that you talk with on the phone. And this is really the opportunity to learn about our newest version, so Odoo version 16. It's going to be like the official release, right? So you're going to learn about like what are the advancement, what are the latest improvements of Odoo. All right, so do not hesitate to take your tickets. They're still available. And if you can make the travel, if you can make the trip, please come and see us in October 12th, again, all the way to October 14th. Thanks a lot for your time.